Mounted the seats, or seat brackets, made them out of aluminum. Nice little framework there. Got these bucket seats at Jegs. Not bad price. I think they were $65 a piece, somewhere in there. I did lower the steering a little bit, put the front end back together, tighten things up a little bit up here. I changed the mounting for the transmission shifter, mounted it up at the seat level. I think this will work out good. It seems pretty substantial. And made the gas tank back here. I have to finish welding that up, and I'll run a line up to the fuel line here. And then over here, I'll put the battery right in that spot right here. And I have to rig up the ignition switch, and maybe we'll do some accessories here and there. But yeah, all in all, it's shaping up. I did jack the front end up about an inch. I'll just put a spacer down underneath here, and I'm gonna jack the rear end up an inch as well. Undecided on the tires yet. I think what I'm gonna do is put some air in these tires and drive it and see what it feels like. I may go a little bigger with tires, or I may put the same tires back on again. We'll see how that goes. So next step, finish welding the gas tank, put that in place, get that other seat mounted, button up the steering column, and have it jacked up in the air right now. Putting some brakes on. As you can see, the brake shoes are getting a little bit thin, so yeah, I want this thing to stop. Made some changes to the throttle after I finally got the engine started. Have the gas line hooked up, got a fuel filter in there. Let's see what else. I got wiring for the ignition switch. Have a little battery tray here for a little lawnmower battery. Gas tank's finished. Waiting for the vent, but that should be coming shortly. Did box in the seats a little bit, make it a little prettier. I got this all ready to go. I'm working on a cover for this now. I had the engine running yesterday. It's funny because there was no, I could run it on starter fluid if I sprayed right in there with the carburetor off. No points or coil. I did find out this has an electronic ignition. No points or coil or anything like that. It's got an electronic pack just like your car does for the spark plugs. That stuff's all inside these boxes here. And yeah, so what I found with the compression was the valves were all adjusted tight, and I think they did that on purpose so that the valves wouldn't seat all together and stick or you know, rust themselves together or whatever. So there was a slight gap between the valve seat and the valve, and that once I loosened up the adjustment and adjusted them properly, I had really nice compression, and the engine started right up. So I did order some brake cables because these are pretty rusty. Come around the front here, did some trim work, put a key switch on here. Then we got our emergency off, got our gear shifter here, got the seats mounted, got the steering mounted. That's all working great. Got a bumper on it. It's pretty much ready to go. I mean, it's very light though. Look at this. I can lift that up by one hand in the front. I hope it's not too front heavy. But yeah, so I did extend the shackle 1.5 inches to just raise it up a little bit. And next step is get the brakes on, get the tires on, and we'll be ready to take this out for a run. Okay, here we go. We got it all buttoned up. I put a regulator on there from before. Aside from that, got it running, pretty much ready to go. I'll take it out for a little ride. Got the brakes hooked up, got 2 brake cables down there. My car battery to get it started. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so here we are. We're roadworthy, at least. Did a lot of things since we last checked in. I put some guards on here and there to keep little fingers from getting caught. I adjusted my sprocket a little bit to increase the speed. I have it clocked at 17 miles an hour, which I think that's a pretty good speed right now for, you know, considering it's only on a golf cart frame. And you can see I have the battery in. Move the exhaust around a little bit. I think I'm still going to adjust the exhaust so that these pipes come up the back here a little. It is a pretty good sounding engine, so I'm going to keep the noise away from the passengers a little bit. Let's see, what else did we do? We got these tires at flea market. They're from an ATV, so I think we moved up to, let's see what these are 2019 20 by 9.5 8-inch on 8-inch wheels, so it kind of sets it a little higher, makes it a little more fun to drive. Let's see, what else did we do? We tightened up the front end a little bit, lowered the steering column. I think we talked about that already. Came in the back here, and what I did find was this neat little thing. I was in Ohio, and I came across a Summit Racing store, and went in the store, and they had a shelf in there full of customer returns. You know, they weren't seconds, they were just people didn't want them and sent them back. And I came across this cute little alternator. I think it was for a drag racer, very low amperage, but it's enough to hook up to here. I think maybe right about in this area right here, and I'll be able to put some lights on, and then I'll also be able to charge the battery. One thing I am going to do is I already purchased tubing for a roll bar. I think I'm going to come in this area here, maybe come up over the top, and then come down up in the frame up here somewhere, and then put some safety belts on it. Grandkids love to drive this. I just want to try and give the parents a little more confidence that it's safe. Yeah, so, and then, you know, once they get a little older, I can play around with the gear, the sprocket teeth, and maybe jack up the speed a little bit. Right now, 17 miles an hour is plenty for this. It literally climbs up hills. It just doesn't slow down. It's really amazing. I think I have the torque and the speed just, just right. And then what I did have to do is, because, when you tromp on this thing, it really kicks and it twists this back axle here. Let's see if I can get down in there. And when it twists the axle, the chain kind of wraps around the sprocket a little bit, and it binds. So what I had to do is I put these bars in here that I welded right to the axle housing there, and then I mounted these plates on here, so when the axle twists, that bar hits here. It's kind of like a torsion bar of some. Now it does, the way it's made, it also doesn't impinge on the shock absorber action, so it kind of solved the problem. Reverse, maybe still something's going to happen. I don't know. I haven't had it yet, but I'm happy with the way that turned out. I put another one on this side too. So there we have it. I mean, that's pretty much done with the first phase. And next step after this, like I said, is the roll cage and put some lights on it and the alternator. And we're ready to go. All right, so I did want to mention I am Old Guy Welding and Fab, and I do strange projects all the time, so don't be afraid to give me a shout. Look me up on the internet, and I'll keep you posted on my next project.